Divorce is something that I've always wanted to talk about. It has always been on my to-do list. Like on my list of topics that I want to cater for and to do on my channel, I've always had divorce there. But it's such a sensitive topic that sometimes I feel like, am I in the right position to give nasiha, to give advice, to give divorce advice? I don't know. When I was 19 going into 20, that was young. That was pretty young. But as for Sunnah, it's not young. But mentally for me, I was young. I promise you I was young. And I didn't even know what I wanted, who I was. I was at that age, you are busy discovering yourself. So instead of discovering yourself, you're going into marriage and you start discovering the other person. So you see what type of, Allah, this is for you. I can't believe I'm actually doing this, but let's go ahead. Ya Allah, we ask guidance for speech because things that are very sensitive on my topic tend to get the wrong attention. But we pray that this video will get the right people's attention, please. I'm now known ever since I got married and until now. You might want to take a seat for this one. When I married in 2016, 2017, I don't really remember. It kind of like blurs sometimes. Oh, I wanted to blur. I really wanted to get married. If I get to think of it, I did want to get married. I was like, I did want to get married at some point. I wasn't ready for marriage. I was ready to go on and tackle the world. But it came a time where, the group and, us girls were talking about marriage and I did really want to get married. Like, desperately wanted to get married. Really young at that moment. I was really, really young, like literally young. I remember that time I didn't even know what it means to even have a husband. I just wanted a husband. And wallahi, it has long been a long journey. I've been through a lot. Yeah, and it's really is something when you think of it. And what I want to say is that before we really go on, I want to tell you something, okay? For the ones that are watching, for the ones that are going through a lot, for the ones that are going through divorce, for the ones that are already married, newly wedded, and they're thinking about, divorce, what I want to say is that divorce is not a good thing. Divorce is never a good thing. Divorce was put there in case you guys cannot live together. So you are not like, in Islamic terms, you are not, you're not pressed into living with each other and you can't live together. That's why divorce was put there. But divorce is never a good thing. But a divorce is a lesson learned. I mean, in life, some of us has to go through things in order to teach other people, in order to tell our story, like what I'm doing today. So I'm a type of person that, if I talk to people about my divorce story, like personally tell you about A to Z about what happened, it really brings me into tears. But at the same time, I'm a type of person, I can say that I'm, what's this word? I'm going to find that word and I'll put it down here. I'm a type of person that I seek positivity into everything. And that's why, even though I've been to such a bad divorce, I've been through hell and back, even vacation there. That is drama, that's dramatic. But anyways, even though I've been to such a big thing, if I tell you, you'll be like, how did you get past it? Mentally, are you even mentally stable right now? That's the mental roller coaster that I had when I was getting divorced, you understand? But at the end of the day, I look into it as in a positive way. I always want it to affect me positive. Whatever affects me in life, even if it's negative, I look and I dig deep for the positive in it. And that's the positivity is what makes me go forward in life. It's what makes me, I keep on fighting. It's what makes my story live. It's what makes people look at me and they were like, did you really go through that, or you just saying it like it's some kind of, anime story or something? No, I did. But it's just that it didn't affect me as much because I'm a type of person that, as I said, positivity all the way. Like, I would literally be in my worst of days. If I get you into the circle and I show you my worst of days, and you will literally see me smiling in my own bubble, in my own corner. And the hurricane is around me. That's who I am. And I hope that that's who you are or you're gonna be and you're gonna want to be, because in this world life is too short. Life is too short for you to actually think down and start picking and nitpicking about yourself, about what happened to you. You're gonna end up mentally disabled or something, if that's a word. You're gonna end up stressed, you're gonna end up depressed, you're gonna end up on pills, you're gonna end up in a lot more worst case. So everything that happens to you in life, take it with a cup of tea and sugar, and it shall be all right. There's a lining, like I always say, there's a thin lining at the end of the cloud, or in the cloud. There's always a good if there's a bad. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. After difficulty, there's always ease. There's always sunshine. There's always, wallahi, If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can tell me that after difficulty is ease, then I am sure to believe in it 100%. So if you are dealing with divorce and, I know I'm diverting it, there's always ease after difficulty. I promise you. When you have this mentality, when you let this mentality sink into your head, there is nothing in this world that is going to shake you. Our society is such that when women have come to an age of being married, where now they are able to be married, they are young, they are under, you have a certain age. So our society is that it pushes you to get married. Marriage is good. Alhamdulillah, marriage is good. Wallahi, I am an advocate for marriage. You know me on my channel. Fi dunya wal akhirah. Marriage is good. But I believe that instead of pushing the young girls to getting married, I think our society should prioritize on educating these young girls. What is marriage? What is marriage? Have you ever asked yourself, what is marriage? Apart from the love and affection and the romance, marriage is so much more, ya Allah. It's so much more, habibti. And you need to know, you need to learn what is marriage. First and foremost is that when you are about to get married, what do? When you're about to get married, you go ahead, you go into the market. It's not actually a market, very sorry about that. You go ahead, you put yourself in the market, you're already on the market. When you are a woman and you are above puberty, you're already on the market. People already know. They can sniff you, like they sniff you, the men. Alright, no problem. This is also for the men. The women also sniff. Women sniff these days. Come on, alright? Okay, so what you do is that you go ahead and you pick the right person for yourself. You go ahead and you pick your right spouse. Now, what I will say is that when you're picking the right spouse, you are picking a person that has particular traits that you love, that has particular traits that correspond with yours. Now, Habibti, when you get married and you don't even know yourself, that is the biggest thing that you can ever do wrong. Like, you don't even know who you are. How are you sure that you're picking the right traits that correspond to you? Before you go ahead and you pick this particular person, you need to know who you are first. Do you get? That puzzle needs to fit. How is that puzzle going to fit if you don't know who you are? You are delusional about who you are. You are not at your authentic self. Forget about social media. Forget about what you are on Facebook. Forget about what you are on Instagram. Forget about what you are when you are around people. Forget about who you are at all. Some of us are busy walking on the streets and it's not even our authentic self. That's so much so that the social media and today's modern world has influenced our personalities. We are not at our best self. We're not at our authentic self. When you want to go deep and dig and find out who you are authentically, you need to go back to before you even knew there was Facebook. Before you even, when you were a child, that's you. That's your authentic self. Dig deep into that, all right? Then you're going to find out who you are. I believe that every woman that wants to get married should at least know a little bit information about who they are first. Why is this very important? Now, for example, you are a person like me, African. I don't eat pap. I don't eat pap at all. Like it kind of weirds out some people that why don't you eat pap? It's a health issue. I don't eat pap. So I know myself, okay? Like this is literally the easiest example. I know myself. Then I'm gonna go ahead and look for someone or a man and pick a man that eats pap 24/7. In the beginning of the month, 30th of the month, he's eating that pap. He doesn't want any other meal. There are people like that, wallahi, they are men and women like that they tell you that, if it's not pap, I'm not eating. Imagine you're living with this person, you don't eat pap. Okay, and you're living with a person that hardcore eats pap. You get what I'm saying? For those people that don't know what pap, I'm gonna actually put it on the screen for you guys. So you literally and the thing is about myself, I don't eat pap and I cannot have the appetite to eat alone. Now, how are you going to share meals with this guy when his everyday food is pap? How? This is going to affect you mentally. It's going to affect you health-wise, like healthily, if that's a word, okay? So pick the traits that corresponds with you. You understand? Now, if I don't eat pap, if I'm gonna go out there and look for a man, I'm going to look for a man that, okay, an African man, they must eat pap. African man must eat pap. So he's gonna love to eat pap, but he's not so like it has to be an everyday thing. Like he's gonna be like pap once a week. Oh, that's fine. You know, when I'm not feeling like cooking or eating, I can make you pap and I can make myself some noodles on the side. Not that I eat noodles anyways. Understand who you are. For you to actually go ahead and pick a man that is suitable for you. Marriage is going to bring out the good in you. Alhamdulillah, mashallah. We all hope for that. Marriage is also going to bring out the worst in you. I promise you that. Marriage is going to bring out the worst. It's going to spit you out and swallow you back. Having someone that is totally different from you, Habibti, I am telling you this again. Like I literally say this, like I'm literally repeating this like a broken record. Come on now. Having someone that is totally different from you and you in your mind, in your little mind up there, thinking that he's going to change because of so and so circumstances that's going to come after your marriage. No. He's not going to change. He's not going to do that because you. No, he's not. If he's going to change, it is for Allah. It is because Allah has made him change. Not because you think, oh, I'm going to change him. No, you're not going to change him. Snap out of it, okay? In future, instead of you changing him, he's going to change you. He's going to change you mentally. He's going to change you spiritually if he doesn't correspond with you. So, Habibti, picking the right person that is going to correspond with you is a very important thing. Wallahi, I cannot emphasize this. Habibti, do you know what pressure is? Hey, do you know what pressure is? Being pressurized to do something. Have you ever been pressurized to do something in your life? The society of some places is so much that people live their everyday life, the everyday steps that they take just because of other people. The pressure is high, like literally, like you cannot even explain. Like you literally need to move away from that place for you to actually feel how the pressure is within that place. While you are inside it, you don't even know what's happening. Like you're busy being pressurized to do things. Even the way you dress, do you know that you can be pressurized to be dressed the way you are dressed right now? Some people are married and are still married in very abusive marriages because of the pressure outside, because of external pressures. Some people are married to people because of the pressure. Do you understand what is it? Do you understand? Like some way, somehow, a young girl is getting married because she is pressured to do so by her community or the place that she lives. I mean, we all do it all the time to our young women. This is like on a smaller scale where you go into the house and you're like, when are you guys gonna get married? When are you guys? To these people that you are telling, this is so much pressure. Like you are literally the third or the fourth person in that hour to tell them when they're gonna get married. So before you utter, you know this word, Shat. You know this word, when are you gonna get married? I think people should just, I don't know, archive the word, delete it from the universe. Will I be pressured to do anything? Because most of the time that I did things in the past, it was 60% of it was pressure. Yeah. Here I go. I'm saying it. 60-70% of it was pressure, external pressure. If you do feel like you are somehow being pressured, even now that I've gotten a hold of it, I've realized sometimes you don't even realize that you are being pressured. So if I don't realize and I feel like, you know what, I feel like there's a push force here, I pause. You take a pause, analyze everything. I've become so analytical with my life. When they say life is too short, this is what they mean. You need to become analytical with your life. Do not live even a minute of your life to be controlled by another person like you. No. That is a dua that we are making into 2025. We are no longer going to be living life for other people. I place so much power and control in the person that I was with that I myself did not realize who I am and how much power I have as a being. As a woman, we tend to pause our lives for the sake of our spouses. Not saying that it is bad, not saying that it is bad at all. It is good. As women, we are built to nurture. As women, we are built to uplift. As women, we are built to bring life and guide it to life. You get what I'm saying? So it is not bad to be in your feminine side, to be in your feminine phase and take care of your man and nurture your man and surround your whole life around this man. But what I must say is that what I've learned is that do not lose yourself in the process. Don't lose yourself in the process of pleasing someone, in the process of taking care of someone. You must understand that you yourself are important. The flaws, the everything. You yourself should prioritize yourself. Always make time for yourself. And think. You are important. You are very, very important. Alright? A whole surah was revealed just for women. You are gold. And you need to take time and discover this person. Because I believe that there's only one you on this earth. One you that looks like you, that behaves like you, that is you, that inhabits the qualities that you have. Nobody else has the qualities. You have the potential that no other person has. And you just throwing it away. And you are demeaning yourself. Yeah, Habibti. You are so much more. Also come a time in your marriage phase where you feel that, where am I? Am I in the right place? Am I in the right place? Is this what I should be doing? Is this what I was meant to be doing? When I was in that time of my marriage, I always ask myself this, like, is this what I'll be doing for the rest of my life? Is this what I was placed on this earth to do? Am I supposed to be doing this each and every day? And when you find that those questions don't have a good reason, a good answer to why are you doing that? Then Habibti, you are in the wrong place. Yeah. When you ask yourself that, is my life over? Is this the end of my life? Is this my routine? Then you need to reel it in. You are in the wrong place. Because when you are in a place, in a right place where Allah has destined you to be, you flourish. You become way better than how you were when you began. When you are in a good marriage, yeah, khalilas, you will feel it. You grow in each and every second. There is no doubting yourself. There is no holding yourself back. You feel like the sky is vast and you can fly over it. It really took me time to actually realize this, is that the fact that it actually took me time to realize this, is that we are all flawed. We are all flawed human beings. There is no perfect person out there. Don't even have that mirage that man is going to be an epitome of perfectness. Because if you have that expectation and he hits you hard, it's going to hit you really hard. So when you realize that we are all flawed and all, I am very flawed as I am, you are very flawed as you are. And what we do when we come together in marriage, we are able to make each other better people. All right? Nobody is perfect. I have my own weaknesses. I have my own, like flaws and all. And then you as my partner are going to come into my life not to make me as perfect, but with you, the puzzle is going to fit. You understand? I don't like going out, or I am too scared to be going out. I'm not that out person. I'm an introvert, okay? And I only seem like an extrovert here on camera, but I'm actually an introvert. When you come into my life, you're gonna make me see that the world is my oasis. And I can do that with you. You understand? And you're not going to be pressured to do it, but you're going to do it because we meet. We are one. You are not going to feel like I'm always the one doing this. No. Because you feel like that person brings what you don't have. And you give to that person what that person doesn't have. And that's what makes you one. What they know best, and you bring what you know best, and it's a concussion for success. All right, so that's what you must understand. Never tell yourself that that person there is perfect, the person's marriage is perfect. These daddy making noise. These people are dealing with so much more. There is no perfect marriages out there. No matter what they show you on Instagram or what they show you on social media, couple goals whatsoever, these people got so much people and family members that have to bind them together every time, like it's sickening. There's marriages out there that cannot exist without their family members. You understand? And you are doing it on your own. You are patching things up on your own. Like, give yourself a pat on the back. And that brings us to the end of our discussion. This video was impromptu. Like, literally, I didn't even know how it hit me. But as I said, it has been in my list of videos that I want to do. So glad I've let it out there. For all my ladies who are married and who are watching this video, please do give us some advice. Give the youth some advice to carry on forward, to keep pushing. What would you say is the bonds, is the building blocks to marriage? We all are lost somehow in some point of our lives. So some advice, some nasiha is always important. Adin nasiha. Okay. Din is advice, all right? So I would love to thank you guys for chilling here and sitting back and enjoying this video with me. I hope it's a video that you like. If you know somebody that needed this, please do share, please do like, please do comment. I love reading your comments. Like, it's a thrill. Like, I'm thrilled every time I look at the comments. So please do comment down in the comment section down below. Don't pass us, subscribe, join the khalilas, and see you next time. Asalam.